Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management. I'm bringing an important update about the economy and the investment market so you can understand what we see in the global landscape. You know, of course, in a lot of my weekly updates, I've talked about interest rates moving up. Again, we've been spot on. We continue to be very defensive in our bond positions in our client portfolios. And if you're not a client, you should get defensive in your bond portfolio. Ultimately, bonds are not going to make much of a return in the future. We've had a lot of individuals call my TV and radio show oversaturated in bonds. In my opinion, regardless if you're conservative, if you're holding more than about 20% in bond or bond-related investments, you're owning too many bonds, even if they're short-term duration. Ultimately, bonds are only going to be a little bit of a hedge against slight volatility. Going forward to the next decade, I see mediocre to no return on bonds, generally speaking. I've had people say to me, though, Brian, what if I hold my bonds to maturity? If your bonds are currently selling at a premium, you lose that premium differential and you still lose money. So ultimately, sometimes it makes sense to own less bonds or different kinds of investments in order to generate your growth and the income of your portfolio. Of course, Greece is back in the limelight. I've talked about this. Kick the can down the road repeatedly with Greece. I think ultimately, whether it's this year or next year or 3 years down the road, Greece is broke. They're never going to pay their debt. It has little impact on the U.S. In my personal opinion, let Greece go, but I'm not Europe, so of course I can't make that decision. It doesn't impact us. We might have a little bit of short-term volatility, 1 or 2% sell-off because of Greece leaving the Eurozone. I think that would be about it. Ultimately, our economy is doing well. Of course, we've got the presidential elections coming up. It's going to be pretty interesting to see who actually is going to run as a Republican. I never like to talk politics, but one of the things I stress, I hope all of my clients get out and vote. This election is important. We can easily turn this country around, and I know one of the people that was speaking about their goals and objective, one of the Bushes, talked about 4% growth economy. That's his goal. Folks, I've talked about this for a long time. We need 4% economy. It would fix our problems. The problem we don't have 4% growth economy in the U.S. is because of our politicians, and that's it. If we can get rid of some of the crummy politicians, get a pro-growth economy in the U.S., everybody could be doing much better. The economy's doing well. We see no recessions in sight. By the way, our long-term market trend indicator as of last week signaled a sell on long-term treasuries. Bottom line, we've been spot on. Rates are going up. Bond values are rolling over and going down. If you're not a client, call us for a consultation. If you are a client and you have questions about your portfolio, give us a call. We always like to talk with our clients and making sure your questions are answered and your portfolio is moving in the right direction. Make sure you have yourself a safe and profitable day.